Anybody who's watched any of my vids or followed my channel or whatever, you know that the story. But if you don't know the story of the pit bike, I'll tell you the story of the pit bike. Me and my son always rode dirt bikes, big regular dirt bikes. He nagged and nagged and nagged me about getting a pit bike. I thought it was the most ridiculous thing. I blew him off for years. Finally, I don't know, he talked me into it. I went and picked up a stock one, and the short of it is, they're so much fun. I mean, as long as you're not too big of a dude, I would say if you're more than 200 pounds, I'm not sure a pit bike's going to do it for you. You know, maybe you are 200 pounds and you have a blast on a pit bike. I don't know. I'm 160, and you know, I had to do some suspension work to get this thing to work right for me. But it's just so much fun. You can really wail on these things. They're so slow. You crash, you don't get hurt, you know, and it's just it's so much fun in the summer when it's hot, you know. You don't have to put all the gear on. You just put some knee pads on, helmet, gloves, and you're going. But what I found is the seat on the Yamaha is horrible, and what makes it even worse is being a bigger person, you end up sitting back here where it's even more thin than it is here. So Yamaha used to sell a tall seat for this, but I think they discontinued it. I haven't been able to find one. And just the other day, just looking through some stuff, I found this. And this came from Fifties. And it was a 2-inch taller seat foam. And then you have to buy the cover, because the cover is going to be a little bigger, because you know there's more foam there. And it was 89 bucks for the foam and 50 bucks for the cover. So like 140 bucks. Well, you got shipping in there too. Plus I got my son some fork springs for the Honda. Now ironically, the Honda seat's better. It's a softer seat, you know, it's got a different kind of foam in it. The foam in the Yamaha is really stiff. So we're gonna take this seat off. I'm gonna take this seat off, take this cover off, replace this foam, and you know, you can see the way it looks now. It's got quite a dip into it. I guess it's gonna be more like this, and I'm hoping it's substantially thicker in the back where I sit. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this off and put that on. And as a bonus, you know, it's always when you have a project and you don't have the right tool and you go get to buy a new tool, that's a bonus. So I went and picked this up for, I think it was 60 bucks. 69 bucks with the staples. An electric stapler. Now you could do this with a regular stapler, but I just wanted an electric stapler, and this gave me the excuse to buy one. So that's what we're gonna do. Wow, that's a lot of staples I got to get off. I was hoping that these mounts had bolts in them, because I was going to take this mount off, tuck the new seat under it, but I guess I'm just going to have to cut out around it. To date with this, you know, it's all just been about getting the suspension done. It's got the BBR springs, dampening rods in the front, the BBR shock in the back. Wow, that made the whole bike right there. You know, if you're more than 80 pounds, you got to do that, because the front was so weak that just hitting the brakes, the front brakes would dive your suspension all the way, and it made for a sketchy ride. You know, of course, they're made for little kids, but there's so many companies making parts for these to turn them into fun little bikes. And the one thing I will tell you it sucks about these bikes is when you get a flat tire, man, them little tires, they're hard to do. And my son's got a flat right now in his, and I'm waiting on tubes to come in. And I just did my rear 2 weeks ago because I'd gotten another flat. I think I've gotten 3 flats so far. So yeah, flats suck in these bikes. It's just the tire isn't big enough. You know, it's a stretch. It's, you know, a big tire on a big bike, it's easy because, you know, you got a bigger diameter to work with. It's easy to stretch a tire out. These little ones, man, they're son of a guns, man. After about 2 hours, man, my butt would start hurting bad. Like right where the tailbone is. And if I pushed it and rode like 3 hours, then like forget it. The next day, you weren't riding anything. I couldn't even ride my WR because my butt just wouldn't have it. Man, that's a lot of stage. Daggone. There we go. I guess that's just... Oh, there's a pocket. Sweet. So, let's get all these. That's a lot thicker. That's a lot thicker. Even in the back, it's thicker. I mean, there's nothing under here. That's why my butt hurt. There's like an inch of foam there. Here, good God, there's like 3 inches of foam. I'm hoping this is it, man. Okay, so this went on pretty easy. There's like a second lip under here you want to make sure you get on top. I didn't notice it until I started peeking under there. So, you could do these with a regular stapler. You don't have to buy an electric one. I've done them before with regular staplers. As long as you get one that's halfway decent. Oh yeah, that's gonna look nice. Nice and flat. That's it. And it's straight now. It's beautiful. And it's stiff. I gotta do a ride review on it, see if it extends my riding time any. And I'm probably gonna have to might have to re-staple it after it stretches out a little bit just to make sure there's no extra material there. But yeah, I'll do a ride review on it next. Yeah, this is way different. It's so much taller. It's stiff. I hope it breaks in. Come on. Like I said, these bikes are so cold-blooded. Here, it's 75, 80 degrees outside, and this thing still ain't warmed up. Synopsis is the seat is worth it. It was a lot of money. It's like $150. But if you really ride a lot and you're having issues with the small seats and the thin seats, I would recommend it, because I rode 3 hours on Saturday and my butt hurt a little bit, but not as much as it did if I rode 2 hours on the stock seat. 2 hours on the stock seat and I was really hurting. So, in my opinion, it was worth it. It was worth it to me anyway. So. And it looks pretty good too, and it's really grippy. I mean, it's super grippy. So all in all, recommend. If you need it, if you're having issues, I would recommend it.